It's John Beaudin, Rock History Music for August 12th. Today in rock history, the title is She Died Just 16 Days After Hendrix, one of the greatest singers of all time. Another accidental overdose, part of the 27 Club. We're going to get to that in a second. Anyone who wants to support the channel, you know there are links at the very top of the description. We're trying to buy new equipment now. We appreciate when everyone tries to help us out. So just check it out. Patreon, PayPal, you have it. If it's your birthday today, August 12th, happy birthday. And if you know someone whose birthday it is, you might want to share this video on their timeline. I think they'd appreciate it. 1920, we start off. American rhythm and blues guitarist, remember Hit the Road Jack? Everyone knows that song. Fundamental song that a lot of rockers would play. Percy Mayfield. He was born on this day in history. He died August 11th, 1984. He was 63 years old. 1929, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. Remember? I'm going to put you in the movies. Act Naturally. Ringo Starr did that song with the Beatles. American guitarist who scored 20 number one country hits in his life. He was born on this day. He died on March 25th, 2006. Man, Act Naturally was such a great song. In 1949, a guy who did a lot of film scores, but most notably known as the frontman for Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler. He's born in Glasgow, Scotland. On this day in 49, he is 73 years old. Oh, Ronald Mayall, Sparks. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Remember that 1974 hit? He used to have that little Hitler mustache. He is 77 years old, born in 1950. Oh, Kid Creole and the Coconuts. Remember those guys? He is born on the Bronx, New York. He is 72, born in 1950. Happy birthday to him. We're going fast on this one today. Jerry Spicer, Men at Work, Down Under. Lots of big hits. He is 69 years old. That band is no longer a band, of course. In 1954, jazz guitarist Pat Matheny, multi-Grammy winner, was born in Lee's Summit, Missouri. He is 67. When I was doing New Age music and doing programming jazz, I can't tell you how much Pat Metheny I played, but man, he was amazing. I'm itchy today. I don't know what it is. I went out walking with the dog. Maybe that was it. Who knows? The flies might have got me. In 1959, Jürgen Dammel from the German group Nena was born in. He had a hit, of course, with 99 Luftballons. He's 64 years old. Bragi Ulfman, bass player for the Sugar Cubes, was born on this day. He's 60 years old. In 1963, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Anthony Ray, he was an American rapper. Baby Got Back. Who could forget that? Born in Auburn, Washington, he is 59 years old. People who died on this day. 1997, that's the year I met my wife, Shannon. Blues guitarist Luther Allison dies of cancer at the age of 57 in Madison, Wisconsin. By the way, if we ever miss something, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. If we ever miss something, please let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure we put it in next year. One of the godfathers of the guitar, Les Paul, died on this day. He was 94 years old. 2010, Richie Hayward, drummer for and co-founder of Little Feat, passed away at the age of 64. He contracted pneumonia and he was battling liver cancer. Songs on this day. Bad Company released Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby. Also, on this day for songs, you recognize that guy. 1978, the Commodores finally get a number one hit with Lionel Richie song 3 Times a Lady. Man, I love that song. Sucker for that stuff. Love that band too. 1982, Alice Cooper is loved in Britain. School's Out, hitting number one in the UK and staying there for 3 weeks. 1985, Neil Young's Old Ways, his 14th studio album, is released. I love this guy. In 1989, Richard Marx lands his third consecutive number one with Right Here Waiting, top of the charts. He's releasing another album. I do believe it's coming out in October. Don't quote me on that. 1997, MTV debuts Fleetwood Mac's reunion concert, The Dance, marking the first time the five have been together since 1982. I just love that live album. Bleed to Love Her. Remember that song? Lindsey Buckingham was writing it as a solo song, but it ended up being a Fleetwood Mac song. 1999, Shakira records her first live album in New York City titled MTV Unplugged. Is she going to jail for tax evasion or what? It sounds like she's not paying her taxes. I'm not sure if she doesn't pay her taxes, but that's pretty. I mean, really? Get up! You got to pay your taxes. Let's find out what happens. We don't know. I could be wrong. Doesn't sound like she pays her taxes. 2008, Metallica released "The Day That Never Comes," the lead single from their 9th studio album, Death Magnetic. Oh, I have it right here. There you go. In 2009, the Jonas Brothers, a little bit longer, features the hit single "Burnin' Up," debuts at number 1 on the charts. In 1967, Fleetwood Mac make their stage debut at the National Jazz and Blues Festival in Windsor, England. A lot of stuff today. You might recognize these guys. 1968, the New Yardbirds, later called Led Zeppelin, begin their first rehearsal beneath the record store of 22 Gerrard Street in Westminster, London, performing a cover of Johnny Burnett and rock and roll trio's "Train Kept a Rollin'." Wow. To be a fly on the wall for that kind of stuff, huh? In 1970, at Harvard, Janice Joplin performs what would be her final show, ending with a version of Gershwin's "Summertime." She died a few months later at the Landmark Hotel. What a sad, incredibly sad story. More on Janice Joplin. On Sunday evening, on October 4th in 1970, Janice was found dead on the floor of her hotel room at the Landmark Hotel by her manager and close friend John Byrne. She became part of the 27 Club. Accidental overdose is what they came up with at the end. But what could have been with Janice Joplin? I mean, just, you know what, like we were saying right off the top, right? She died 16 days after Jimi Hendrix. And then came the mystique, because people say, well, why are they all dying? What's going on? Well, this kind of stuff happens in rock and roll. I don't really believe in the 27 Club. I think it's a coincidence. There's going to be one day when big rock stars die more than other days. That's the way it goes. In 1977, Henry Padovani, guitarist for the Police, quits, making them a trio. They did okay. 1984, Lionel Richie performs his hit "All Night Long." That song has really stood the test of time. It's amazing how good it sounds still. At the closing ceremony of the 1984 Summer Olympics in LA, 1989, the Stones play an unexpected gig at Toad's Place in New Haven, Connecticut, which seats 700 people. 1994, Woodstock 2, officially Woodstock 94, begins with, in New York City, Sheryl Crow, Todd Rundgren, and Violent Femmes perform. And in 1996 in Buffalo, New York, Radiohead start a tour, doing this really late at night. So there you go, opening for Alanis Morissette. Today in history for August 12th, I went through this really fast today because we're kind of on a schedule for a few other videos. So pardon me if we're just a little dum. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description of this website. We always like your help. Join our Patreon as well. You get early access to the videos on our big channel, which has 100,000 subscribers, Rock History Music. This is Rock History Book. And share our videos. If it's your birthday, put it on someone's wall whose birthday is August 12th. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. It's John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.